This is your Wednesday devotion. Again, producing it at night so that you can have it first thing in the morning and be able to use it for your devotional time if you'd like to, or use it at the end of the day. But it's always going to be just a few hours ahead of the next day that I do the devotion. So this is your 25th, January 25th devotion. Most people that know me, especially those that knew me in my business career, knew me as somebody that was results oriented, driven, and impatient. A person that's driven and is results oriented tends to be impatient. And I can remember during the time that we were shutting down a plant that I was working in, and it was going to be closed completely forever. The company I was working for had promised me a new position elsewhere in the corporation, and they offered me a couple of jobs which I really didn't think was in my best interest. Most people were saying to me things like, well, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, and you ought to go ahead and grab it. And somehow, praying through it, I elected not to take the positions they offered. And even at the 11th hour, when we were getting ready to put the padlocks on the doors, and we were down to just two employees working in the plant, myself and one other, I got a good job offer from a company in Orlando. And again, I somehow had this feeling that I should wait. And sure enough, at the 11th hour, I was interviewed in Tampa for a great job, and flown to St. Louis the following day. And make a long story short, it turned out to be a far better job than I'd been offered in Orlando, and worked out wonderfully for my development as a minister, because it allowed me to experience some things that were very beneficial in becoming a minister. So what's the point of all of this jib-jab about my past and my business career? Well, the scripture has a number of times in the Old and the New Testament said, wait on the Lord. Wait on the Lord. Now, that's not a word that we want to hear. We want to hear yes. Sometimes we're not too happy, but at least we have an answer when we get a no. But the one that we hate the most is wait. David certainly had a lot of different experiences in life, and as you read through the Psalms, it's easy to speculate. When did David write this psalm? What was the situation? Was this after his episode with Bathsheba? Was this during the time of Goliath? Just when did he pen these words? Did he pen these words with Jonathan in his mind? And today's no exception. Psalm 27, verse 11. Well, actually, let me go back for a second. Psalm 27 is an interesting psalm, for it seems in the first six verses that David is trusting and on high with God. And yet in verses 7 through 14, it seems that that trust has diminished, and he's entered into a fearful time, but a reflective time. Listen to 27:11. Teach me your way, O Lord, and lead me in a level path because of my foes. Teach me your way, O Lord. Lead me on a level path. Listen to verse 14 of the same psalm, Psalm 27. Wait for the Lord, be strong, and let your heart take courage. Yes, wait for the Lord. Sometimes when we get into difficult situations, sometimes when we come into times of trial, sometimes when we have doubt about direction, doubt about future, God says to us, wait. But don't wait fearfully. Wait in strength. Let your heart take courage. Look at the past, look at the present, and look at the future. The Lord is worth waiting for. As a matter of fact, most of us have probably memorized Isaiah 40, verse 31. Yet those who wait for the Lord will gain new strength. They will mount up with wings like eagles. and they will run and not get tired. They will walk and not become weary. That's a wonderful verse when you think about it. Those who wait on the Lord. Sometimes he waits till the 11th hour. You know, he didn't part the Red Sea until the Israelites were right there and the Egyptian army was right on top of them. He didn't save Peter the second Peter stepped out of the boat and started walking on the water. He waited till Peter was up to his neck in water. The Lord waits lots of times till the 11th hour. But you know what? He never waits too long. So if you're in the middle of something and you're waiting, remember these verses. Psalm 27:14. Wait on the Lord, be strong, and let your heart take courage. Yes, wait for the Lord. And Isaiah 40:31. Yet those who wait for the Lord will gain new strength. They will mount up with wings like eagles, and they will run and not get tired. They will walk and not become weary. That's your thought for the day. God bless you, and wait on the Lord.